this is Holly and I'm here to tell you about my Walker Stalker experience this year. So I went to London, it was the 10th and 11th of March and I was Gold VIP, so I had 2 photo ops and 2 autographs within that gold, as well as getting to the front of the line for autographs and selfies and photo ops and all that, but I will go into that in a different video if you'd like. So obviously I got there on the Saturday. First thing, I didn't really have much going on. I actually ended up bumping into Norman, but I'm thinking about doing a separate video about that. Basically bumped into him on the stairs and got a photo with him, which was kind of the highlight of my whole weekend, like within the first 15 minutes. I then went to my autograph with Norman, but I had to run out because I had my Chandler photo. So here's my Chandler photo. It's my third time, actually my 4th time meeting Chandler, 3rd photo up with him. I've had one every year, and he was just lovely. I then obviously had to go back to my Norman queue for my auto. Luckily managed to get to the front of the line because my mum had hers, and where I was with her in the line they said if she had gone and had hers I could go to the front. So I went straight in and had my autograph with Norman. It just says Holly, it's done a little one of his hearts and it's obviously his autograph. But he was lovely, as I always do, completely freaked out around him. But yeah, he holds your hand during it and everything, and he was just lovely. I then went to see Emily Kinney. I was meant to go see her the first year. I think I had a photo op with her, but unfortunately she cancelled. So I was really excited to see her this year. I'm a huge fan of her music, so it was quite nice to get the opportunity to talk to her. Talked to her a little bit about doing a concert in the UK, which she seemed quite up for, so that was quite nice. Here's my autograph from her. Just says to Holly, and then she's signed it. And here's one of my selfies with her. I then had my deny photo, which I was super nervous about, as I'm such a huge fan of Michonne's like one of my favourite characters, probably my favourite character, and obviously she hasn't been to any of the other ones, so it's my first time meeting her and I was so nervous, but she was absolutely lovely. And here's my photo with her. I then got quite a few selfies in as I had the whole afternoon free. So I went to see Kari first, and he was lovely. My first time meeting him as well. I actually had one of his charity t-shirts on, the Never Bring It Back to a Cat Fight tops that he did, and he had the same one on, so we had a little bit of a talk about them, which was quite nice. But he was absolutely lovely. I then went to see Tom Payne, who I saw last year, and he was a must for me this year just because he's so lovely and he's so funny, and we took some quite hilarious selfies, but he was lovely as usual. I then went to see Caitlin Nacon, who obviously plays Enid. My first time meeting her. I'm pretty sure she was there last year, but for some reason I never got around to meeting her. But I've heard she's lovely, so obviously wanted to get the chance to meet her this year. So we took some selfies, which are here. And as you can see, another one for the funny kind of faces, which I really like when they kind of do the funny faces. I think it makes it so much more special. I then went to see Ross, which was definitely a highlight for me. Obviously him and Michael Trainer were hosting the Zombie Bash that evening, so I really wanted to get a chance to meet him before that. His queue was absolutely huge just because he talked so much. He was spending good few minutes with every kind of person he was meeting, which I think's really nice. Here are my pictures with him. We took some funny ones. So he did like a side one, which you had to go back and check worked out. So obviously you can't see. There's another one here. And then his favourite, which was the angry one, which just makes me laugh. And then the final thing of the day was I went to see Cooper, who plays obviously Jerry, obviously a fan favourite on the show. I've heard he's lovely. It was actually his birthday, so he had a lot going on. His line was buzzing. He had balloons, he had cake, he had everything. He had music playing, and he was absolutely lovely. Generally seemed happy to be there, which I think is really nice. And yeah, that was basically it for the Saturday. I think we stayed there till pretty much the end. Obviously closed at about 7, I think, 6 or 7, and we had to be back for, I think it was 9 for the zombie bash. So we went back to get ready and all that. But yeah, all in all, the first day was amazing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the zombie bash, which was basically a VIP party on the Saturday night for all the VIPs, so platinum, gold and general VIP. It was hosted by Michael Trainer and Ross Marquand, and generally I cannot fault it at all. It was amazing. Plans on going for an hour, just because simply obviously it was included in my package, but where I was so tired and all that from the day, wasn't expecting to stay for long, but ended up staying the whole of it until it was done. After speaking to Ross in the day, he had obviously said expect it's going to be crazy, but I don't think I expected it to be as mad as it was. There was lip sync battles, dance offs, you name it, it was happening. It was mad, but yeah, it was definitely one of the highlights of the weekend. I think those two together, you couldn't have picked two better people to be hosting it. And yeah, I will put some videos in a second of kind of the stuff that was going on, but yeah, it was definitely one of the highlights of the whole weekend. It was absolutely amazing. Sunday I had my Norman Reedus and Jeffrey Dean Morgan photo ops first thing, so obviously as soon as I went in I headed for them, and the way they did them this year was you go to your Norman photo op and then straight in line for your JDM photo op after. So obviously I had my Norman photo, which is here. Obviously not much time in the photo op, but it's kind of what you expect. But yeah, he was lovely. I then went obviously for my Jeffrey D. Morgan photo, which is here. So I absolutely love this photo. I think it's one of my favourites, but he generally gives the tightest hugs, and then even after the photo he kind of pull you in for an even tighter hug, which I thought was really nice. Just like such a lovely bloke. I then got a few more selfies in. I went to see Sonequa Martin Green. It's here. I actually met her the first year. She was one of my highlights from my first year. And yeah, she was exactly how I remember her, lovely. She said that I looked lovely, so obviously I said, you look lovely too. And yeah, and then went to see Lana, who I met last year and definitely knew I wanted to meet again. We took some funny selfies. It's just a few of them. But yeah, she's just one of them that I love meeting. She's just so lovely, and she proper make you feel comfortable. And yeah, that was another highlight for me. I then used my autograph voucher, my other one, on Deny. So I went to see Deny, and she was absolutely lovely. Had a nice conversation with her. She was asking me if I was enjoying my weekend, and all that. And she was lovely. I then went to meet Michael Trainer, who was obviously, after the Zombie Bash, I kind of had mixed feelings about him before the Zombie Bash. Obviously, Nicholas wasn't really my favourite character, so I think I've obviously never really been interested in meeting Michael Trainer for that reason, which I know is bad. But the Zombie Bash completely changed my whole image of him. As I went to see him, we talked a bit about the Zombie Bash. We had a little bit of a laugh because obviously they did a lip sync battle and the audience chose him to sing Barbie Girl, so we were joking about that. And then he wrote on my autograph, "Holly, Nicholas still wants to be a Barbie girl," which I thought was really funny. And then we obviously took some selfies. It's one of them. And yeah, completely changed my whole thought on him. He is so lovely and such a funny guy. So after that, I was kind of done for the day. I kind of got all the selfies and that I was wanting to get, so I was pretty happy. Just generally had a bit of time, kind of walk around the Olympia, walk around the vendors and that. There was quite a lot of cool shops there. So yeah, I just thought end the weekend by having a little browse. Ended up actually getting some photos with, they had a person as a Winslow there, and he was in the same spot the whole weekend, and I just kept saying I need to get pictures with him. So I finally got pictures with him. So I just got some funny pictures with him, but I think this is hilarious, as in when he realised I was there, I freaked out a bit and kind of wimped out, but yeah, that was lovely. I then went to meet UK Negan, who was an absolutely lovely guy. He had his own kind of setup there, which was really nice. Had a little chat with him. Actually was joking, saying that he looks more like Negan than Negan does. And yeah, got some photos with him. He actually lifted me up, so we got some quite cool photos of that. And then obviously me Lucilling him, which was quite fun. And then yeah, just had a little look around some of the vendors, ended up getting a few bits. I got a little Lego Negan keyring that's on my keys, and also got a Walking Dead top that was exclusive to Walker Stalker, which I don't have on me right now, but yeah, that was quite cool. And then yeah, it's basically ready to leave, but did manage to get a quick selfie with Greg Nicotero. Obviously does all the makeup and all that. As we were kind of leaving, kind of walked past us, so I was like, can we get a selfie? And he was lovely, and did that. So yeah, and then that was basically it. Obviously very bittersweet leaving, but it was such a good weekend. After last year, obviously I was VIP last year, gold, and I didn't think it could be get better than that, but generally had an amazing weekend. And yeah, definitely recommend the gold to anyone that wants to kind of make the most of the weekend. Obviously being GA, you can get stuff done. Obviously I was GA the first year and I got stuff done, but obviously I think getting to the front of the queues and all of that just makes it so much worth it, because I got so much more done. But yeah, thank you for watching, and if you would like me to make any more videos more about my gold experience and what you can kind of expect from gold, then let me know. But yeah, thanks for watching.